times. Touch gloves. Touch gloves. Thank you.
This should be no different. As Chisora put it, Joe doesn't go back, I don't go back either. And there were some who have been questioning what he's doing in a ring anyway, but his message was simple here. I listen to no one, I'm my own boss, I make my own decisions.
Got it, and to be honest, big Joe Joyce is a likeable guy too, and well supported, but
135 plus rounds he's been in with some of the most punishing.
Absolutely none at all. And I think out of the two fighters tonight, I think Big Joe probably has the most to point. You know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we were talking about Joe Joyce and I was as well talking about him as being
experienced everything, the joy, the heartache.
It's on this build tonight with, you know, guys beautifully and being world class at times. We may not see that tonight. I think both guys just fancy a bit of brute force and ignorance. Good shot there. He just marched him backwards there. Just marched Derek back with relative ease.
Oh, he's taking one himself. Derek's Chisora. Hard round, his weaknesses are. And he said, look, you know, I can dish it out and I can receive it, but I prefer not to. I could do more with my defence.
This is Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we all know he can do a lot more with his defence, but he's just landed a good shot straight away there. I think the thing with both guys is that neither of them have the fastest hands in the world in brute force strength when it's landing.
But he still believes that he's going to be a world champion. Despite those two defeats, it's all about the future. Overcoming obstacles, good left hook there from Chisora. But again, you're talking about he walked through them.
It'll be a war of attrition, this one. We all know that Joe Joyce, whatever you think about his style, we all know he's extremely, extremely fit.
Let's say that he shouldn't maybe be in there at all.
Is on the line here for Joe Joyce. I think literally his career is over if he loses this fight. And you know, I don't mean to be harsh, but I think this is fight number 48. I think if Derek loses, not that he wants to lose, but I think he continues on to try and reach number 50. Really do. Whether that's right or good shot there from Derek.
But again, literally just bounces off of Joyce. He is having joy here, but nothing can shift the Juggernaut from his position, stood right in front of him. And it's what comes back after he's landed that he's got to be worried about. He's giving it everything, and you can hear the Jim's a great right hook, and Joe Joyce has taken a couple more punches than I expect he wanted to take there.
Took it really well.
He has taken that weakness of defence that even he alludes that he has got again is glaringly obvious.
He just needs to be careful up until the Zhilei Zhang fight. I think a lot of people thought that Joe Joyce, but them shots just bounced off his chin. He needs to be careful.
Well, these are big shots, and they're fueling Chisora with a belief here that he can pull off the impossible. Pull off a big shot, big round, good round for Chisora. Here again, some of the better moments. There is that swinging left hand.
Second down, round 3.
Joyce's message to himself, there are dark moments, but like in life, you get back on your feet, you dust yourself off, you get to work again.
Derek was doing well there, just making Joe miss with a number of shots and coming back with...
You mean that you would like to see him coming in with less weight on?
No, absolutely not. I think that he done that before against Zhilei Zhang, and it was to his detriment, but it takes two to land one. But there's a problem. You're a heavyweight, and sometimes it only takes one shot to knock you out, as we've seen with the Zhang fights.
Well, that'll be in the back of Chisora's mind as well. He's having his successes in this fight so far, but he doesn't want to present himself as an open target here for Joyce to land anything on him. And he's going to need to measure how much he puts into these rounds as well, so he doesn't leave himself short in the latter stages of the fight, if indeed we get there.
Good shots to the body there as well from Derek.
Look of grim determination, wants to grind his man down, swings that right hand in, and again you can see it coming from a considerable distance.
That Joyce did land just in that exchange. I'm just looking at Derek's face. We've seen this look many times before, but he looks tired. We haven't finished 3 rounds yet, but bringing him while he's in there. Good left hook from Joe.
Needs character, needs personality in his performance here now. Finds a big shot right on the bell. It's the weight of what he has had to take from Joyce. The punches sucking a bit of that energy out of it. As he said, he was beginning to look a little bit tired.
But that's the issue. I mean, if you're in there, there's a good right hand from Joe Joyce. Good left hook. His team, I can't hear into the corner, but they've got to beat a punch straight from distance, whether you're going forwards or backwards. If Derek's shots are down the middle, he's going to walk onto them.
Oh, get that hurt. Again, and you can see these clubbing shots coming in now, and Chisora just taking a little time on the ropes before launching back into another assault of his own.
It's a nice little body shot, just sunk.
Yes, again, another good left hand too from Chisora, and this time the right finds its way in as well. And once more,
it's a lot better from Derek this round.
yes.
I just can't help but look at his face and think, why are you this exhausted? But knowing Derek is as brave as they come, and he's just going to keep throwing. We'll have an idea while he...
Well, his performance already, regardless of what else happens, will maybe have surprised some. Really significantly stunned his opponent here with anything that he's thrown, but that can change in an instant. But he takes again another good right hand, leaves himself a little off balance then. He was lucky that there wasn't a counter coming in. But again, here we go. We are halfway through already. It can change in an instant, but it's a good job so far being done by Derek Chisora. Joe Joyce said is get a few good wins in, throw a title into the mix.
Good left hook from Derek.
Oh, and again, 2 good left hooks then. But Joyce pinning him on the ropes, and that's where it could be dangerous. He's doing his best to cover up Chisora and fight his way out, which he does. Again.
Oh, good uppercut there from Joe. I think sometimes with Derek, the shots look to be a little bit exaggerated when they land on Derek, because he think it makes it look worse than what they actually are.
Plenty of diligence, plenty of endurance.
Good right
Again,
hand
there's that
from
right
Derek.
hand. How many times? He's landed it, what, 3-4 times now. He's landing them, they're not doing a lot. It's forcing Joe Joyce to come at him, open up again. But the crowd really getting behind Derek Chisora here. They're loving every bit of this performance.
He loves a fight, and as long as he's allowed to continue to fight, he'll keep doing it. But he's landed some good shots. Joe started this round quite well, but I think Derek, just some of the bigger shots, has probably stolen it. Maybe more than stolen it.
His constant landing of his right hand. That was a great one up to the bell, which he Well, there you go.
Every round.
Yeah, authority here. Because the only one who has grown in confidence since the opening bell has been Derek Chisora. Walks on to a good short left-hand hit from Joyce, and now he's beginning to unload. And this is where it could all turn in an instant. He's slipping a few of these.
He was hurt there. That was a good shot from Joe. He just needs to try and keep this kind of momentum and pace. Keep the pace high. We know
Him before he lands that right hand again. This time, right and left combination is the...
good work there from Derek.
Well, you do
Yeah,
wonder
good job.
whether
I'm just listening to the other people around us. Tim, I think a lot of people have Derek by a mile in front for one up, but I have a little bit closer. I did have him in front, but I don't think Derek's winning this round.
better, the more craft, the better technique, the bigger shots being landed by Joe Joyce. And every time you beat it,
And that's why, oh, what a shot, what a right hand.
how many of those right hands has he landed here? 4 in the last round, at least.
A couple of good shots there as well from Derek, but that eye's just swelling up and it's definitely annoying him a little bit. I currently have it level.
Right. There we go, punches landed.
Punching long from distance, it's the best thing he can do.
And revise here, Joyce.
Look, this is the distance that Joe Joyce needs to be boxing from. Just here. And you gotta be able to see them left and right hooks coming. They're coming from so far back.
He's taken that short left, finding his way to the target. And he switches right into the body. Well, how much grit has he got left?
Attrition here, both guys clearly feeling this.
Chisora does.
I don't think so. I don't think he looks as fatigued as Derek. I think that Derek's body language is a lot different than Joe's. So that's a good uppercut from Joe. But
you're never sure.
yeah, he just continues to throw, and that's what we expect of him. Oh, good right hand there.
How many times have we said that? He must be getting bored of hearing it with a good right hand, and he finds his way every time.
But Joe's landing here as well, making the shots. He's landing a lot more shots, I think, than Derek, but they're just not as telling.
This decision, if it does go at the end to a points decision, if he rides this storm out late on, if he can hang on.
Oh, good shot from
Massive
Derek.
shot again by Derek Chisora, but again, Joyce walks through
And
it.
you look what happens there. Derek throws a good shot, a good right hook. It lands pretty clean, and he walks back into the corner, exhausted. And that's why I just don't think it's as clear cut as everybody else around me is thinking. I think this is a close fight.
Chisora, but we're looking at some of the good work here from Joe Joyce.
Good job there from Joe. And that's the distance that he needs to be at. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record and keep harping on about it, but it's simple tactics. If you're Joe Joyce's corner, I know Ismail Salas is a quality coach. I imagine he's telling him to do that, to punch from distance, not allow him to get close. And that's how you win this fight.
Again, looking at the statistics that were just showing up there again, Chisora throwing slightly less punches than Joe Joyce, but he again landed more.
Yeah.
A higher accuracy rating, percentage-wise. But is this where we start to see some fear, some angst, anxiety, apprehension beginning to creep in? Trepidation of what might be.
Rear. Oh, what a right hook from Derek. Joe took it really well.
To perfection as he did.
That's what they like as a judge. I have this kind of very, very close, but other people around me have Derek a mile in front.
Yeah, I can hear it. You can hear it in the background. Some of the other the commentary going on. The people literally they can't believe what they're seeing here.
Maybe I don't know what I'm watching. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm listening to some of the people behind me, and I definitely know a lot more than they do. We'll say no names. Good stuff there from Derek.
It is into the body of.
But there it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's a couple of good shots there from Derek, and then Joe literally goes forward, lands a jab, and Derek falls onto the ropes, and it just looks worse than what it is.
Just a little start,
I think.
As he got him, is this the moment the fight turns in Joe Joyce's favour? Can Chisora ride the storm out? Took a big right hand. Joyce has got him pinned into the corner. These are big moments. Great comeback again from Chisora. The old warrior is back to the ropes he goes. These are important moments. He's only got seconds to hang on here to take it into round 9. Joyce is piling on the pressure here. Again, good left hook from Joyce. But Chisora again digs in deep. Coming back and again, huge cut. Close. Joyce's comeback has secured him, we believe, the last 3 rounds.
Good right hand. Derek looks hurt again.
Yeah, he's staggered. Joyce is over. He's got him pinned on the ropes again. He comes out swinging. He knows he can't stand there and just suck up all these punches that Joyce is going to unload on him.
That's what
Joyce showed incredible courage.
Joe has to be so careful. Derek's like a wounded animal. It's just where he looks to be hurt, he looks to be almost out on his feet, and then he just throws something back. Extreme bravery. There's another good right hand that landed, but Joe just continues to march forward.
Cutting the ring off, backing him into the corner again. And there's not a lot coming back at the moment. He's doing just enough to try and fend him off, to keep him at distance. There's a long way to go in this round yet. But Joyce beginning to get more and more success as we creep to the midway point in round 9. But again, just...
Oh, he's so brave. He's so brave.
The defense has dropped there.
But much better.
Minutes that are left in this fight. Chisora's got a big shot of winning this if he can hang on, if he can avoid Joyce's shot. And Joyce hits the deck again.
That's been the threat all night. That has been the threat all night. He looks okay, Joe.
Yeah, he's okay. What a moment. He looked out on his feet, did Chisora, but he somehow summoned up from the depths.
It looks like Chisora's the one that's just been knocked down. This fight's crazy.
Joyce, his career is hanging in the balance here. Half a minute to again ride out this storm at Chisora. Joyce is all over him. Comes forward again, uses the ropes to get some leverage in there, and runs back into his corner. And listen into the center of the ring, staring down Joe Joyce, the crowd. There's no doubt who they want to see the victor here, but Joyce has got 3 minutes, maybe to save his career. He's got to take his man out, maybe, some believe, to win this.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen a fighter.
Is why he loves the sport. This is why he says he is. He said, even at the end of your career, your whole life is around this sport. And he's clinging on for dear life. History, no time for finesse, flair, perfection, virtuosity. He has got to dig up a punch from somewhere that is going to take Chisora out. Has he got it? We haven't really seen it all night.
Joe Joyce has just got to be careful he doesn't walk into one of these overhand rights or lefts. And that's why Derek's so dangerous. No matter how exhausted he looks, he always pulls it from somewhere just to throw leather.
Wonder what is going through the mind of Joe Joyce, who was on the lips of everybody. We're looking forward to world title challenges as recently as, what, 18 months ago. How quick everything can change. And again, left hook. Well, this time you can see Joe Joyce just... So, and down he goes again, but that is not... Massive right hand and the left to follow it. Again, the crowd want more. Joyce is hanging on in here. He's just wobbled him again. His career is ebbing away, it looks like here. Chisora and absolutely everything. Nothing gives you greater pleasure than doing something that people told you you could never do. Everybody that had a view or an opinion gave Chisora absolutely no hope.
Great fight. Great fight.
Even he's impressed. What he produced out here tonight was not fine art. This wasn't a Matisse or a Picasso. Could this be that he turns out to be what Andy Warhol said? He's going to be famous for 15 minutes.
Yeah, Joe thinks he's won it. I mean, if you just have a look at both fighters, which fighter looks like the fighter that's just won a fight?
Well,
I think it's close.
It's going to be close. It's going to be a tense few moments here for these guys waiting for this decision. If it is a victory for Derek, then we know what's going to happen then.
96 to 94, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision,